Senator from Louisiana.
I rise today to honor a staffer on my team, Zoe Aguillard, who has served the people of Louisiana for 7 years, the fourth-ranking member of my office, a staffer whom I've relied upon during my time in the Senate, who is now leaving for what she thinks to be greener pastures. Now, it's always bittersweet when a staffer leaves, but you know, I've been teaching medical school for many years before coming here, and you see talented younger people come on board, and you know they've got a tremendous future ahead of them. And so if they move on to that tremendous future, you can't cry, you must celebrate. But nonetheless, you regret losing someone who has grown so much, both as a person, but also in her achievements and in the affection your entire family has for her. Zoe started as a scheduler, somewhat green, quickly became the boss, making everything go on time, had the honesty to tell me it would go even better on time if I showed up on time, with the real ability to speak honestly in a very tactful way to modify my behavior. Whether it was meetings with constituents, town halls, events, speeches, she worked behind the scenes to make it happen. And importantly, became very sensitive to the fact that I'm a family guy. Would like to be home for my grandson's graduation from 4th grade. Would like to spend time with my wife. All those things that are beyond scheduling and move into trying to truly understand how someone lives their life. So, the President of the Senate right now, all my colleagues know that a scheduler and operations director makes or breaks your office. They help you squeeze the most out of every single day. And things that you just might find impossible, they find a way to get it done 7 days a week, every day of the year. Examples, Zoe has been key in helping to plan the Senate's National Seersucker Day. And I look forward to seeing my colleague from Vermont tricked out in his seersucker suit for this year's Seersucker Day. It looks great on TV. Hosting Thursday lunch groups for my Republican colleagues, and many other things we've done in state and here to benefit our state and our nation. And whether they realize it or not, nearly every office in the Senate has worked with Zoe at some point. The difference she has made during my tenure cannot be summarized in one speech, but I don't get emotional because I will continue to work with Zoe. She's moving back to Louisiana, the state she holds in her affections, to the benefit of our state, our country, and our fellow humans. I wish her the best, and I wish her dog Louie the best. They will both be missed in her office. With that, Mr. President, I ask that the next portion of my remarks be entered separately into the record.
Without objection.
Now, Mr. President, I speak in support of renaming the post office in Rayville, Louisiana as the Luke Letlow Post Office Building in memory of a great American, Luke Letlow. Luke was a public servant, father, and husband in his short life of 41 years, spent almost all of his adult life serving his fellow American, and shortly after being elected to the U.S. Senate, to the U.S. House of Representatives, to represent the 5th District of Louisiana, became one of over 1 million Americans lost to COVID during the pandemic. Now his wife, Congresswoman Julia Letlow, carries on Luke's ambition to serve the same district that he had served both as a staffer and as a chief of staff to Congressman Ralph Abraham. You know, when you go through Rayville, you pass that post office. Handsome guy, huh? So, by naming this post office, and people who know the story, I want them to know that our state and our country value someone who desired to serve so much but also acknowledge the tragedy and the impact COVID had upon our state, our country, and our families. This office commemorates all that. I thank House Majority Leader Steve Scalise for introducing the House Companion and the whole House for introducing this bill, for passing this bill. And with that, I yield.